Hello everyone, how are you today? It is Sharon here from the blog I Restore Stuff, ready for a project to do with you on Essential Stencils page here. I'm wrapping a present for Marty right here. I've got it in just some plain brown paper. It's a Christmas present going under the Christmas tree, so don't tell him. But anyway, let me know where you're tuning in from as you're joining in today. Just my luck, I've just run out of tape. I'm getting right to the end of my tape as I try and do this. Let me just refresh my page here and make sure I can see our live here, and let me know where you're watching from. Always love to know where you're tuning in from. Hi Linda, hi Debbie, Mary's here, Tracy's here. Thank you, Joy's here. Thank you guys so much for sprinkling. Joyce Ann, hi, how are you? I'm wrapping Christmas presents, guys. So we're going to be doing some wrapping today, some wrapping ideas, and I wanted to show you something that we can do just out of an ordinary tin can. Yes, I've hollowed out both sides with a can opener, opened that up. So I want to show you what you can do with that if you haven't seen that trick before, for a bit of fun Christmas decoration, Christmas decor, if you haven't already decorated for Christmas. We are right in the midst of December, aren't we? We've got so much of the year has just flown by. I don't know about you, but for me, that is true. Also, I'm going to tell you today about something launching tomorrow, is the new 2024 holiday bundle deal. And so we've got all sorts of holidays: Valentine's, St. Patrick's Day, the Mardi Gras, and what's the other one? I'm sure there was another holiday in there somewhere, but New Year's, that's it. So that's dropping tomorrow. So don't forget, I'd love you to use my code, I Restore Stuff, and save an extra 10%. I'll mention it again, but just briefly, if you do get the whole bundle, which features 11 different stencil sets, then you will get an extra 20% off because you've bought the bundle. But then on top of that, if you use my code, I Restore Stuff, get another 10%. So there's that. Plus, if you're one of the first, I don't know, let's see, if you're one of the first 200 customers to order anything over $75 worth, anything over $75. So you don't have to buy the bundle, you can just buy $75 worth of all of the stencils. I'll go through them in a minute when we've got a few more people joining. But if you're one of the first 200 people to order $75 worth of the new bundle tomorrow, then you get a free gift. There's a free gift, and all the details are on the website. But first, let's keep wrapping. If you've just joined me, I'm wrapping my husband's Christmas present. So don't tell him, he's not in here right now. I've just got the dog making all sorts of noises. I gave her some quick treats to keep her occupied, and I'm about to run out of tape as we speak. But we're going to be doing some Christmas wrapping ideas, and I've got, I don't know if you can see the stencils down in front of me. There's so many different fun pattern ideas. Now, I do have some of these linked in the description of the live. Hello, thank you so much for joining and for saying hello. Now, if you are watching the replay after we've gone live, there's prizes to be won there, but stay tuned in the comments below for a chance to win prizes at the end of our live. But there's the beautiful doves and stars pattern, there's the buffalo check pattern, and I think there's only 2 of these left. So if you haven't got the buffalo, and each of these I'm showing today have a bonus, which is the mini version on the back. So I could use some of those today. And then there's the candy stripe one. There's some of these left as well. So these are single, but they do have a bonus mini version in the back. Now, if you are one of the lucky ones, there's only 2 of these left on the site, but I did see there's another one that's still available, which is a larger buffalo check. You can see this one's well used, and it's got the deer head on the back. So it's a buffalo check, large buffalo check, and a deer head on the back. So there's more of these available on essentialstencil.com. I've got the links up there in my in the description of the live, and we'll be adding some links here in the comments in a minute if you don't want to go over to the description. I don't know if you can see the description of the live while we're live, so there's that. Okay, just wrapping this quickly because I want to show you a couple of different ways. Now, you could print or stencil on the wrapping paper before you wrap it. So I'll show you one of those methods, and then you can do it on it after. So I've wrapped this present, and this is literally just a wood block that I've wrapped to show you that idea. But let's get started on some wrapping ideas. I love the doves. Let's leave that one for a minute, and I'll do that one on the already wrapped present. So let's just go for some candy stripes. I know, Laurie, I like that one too. She likes the, I think it's Laurie. Yes, you like the large buffalo check with the deer. I do too. So I've just torn off or cut out. Now you could do this with white wrapping paper as well, just white butcher's paper if you want. It's a way to just fancy it up without going to a lot of expense on wrapping paper. And it's therapeutic because, you know, stenciling we all love to craft. So I've cut out 2 pieces here. I'm just going to do one at a time. Maybe I'll just do the one. And don't forget, if you've just tuned in, I'm going to show you what we can do with this tin can in a minute for a Christmas decoration idea using snowman transfers, if you don't have those already. I think I forgot to put the transfers on the description of our live. So here we are with the wrapping paper. I'm going to just go up in one corner of this. Now let me just point that down so we can see. Judy, thank you so much for sprinkling and sharing the Facebook love around, the crafting DIY love around Facebook land. Now, candy cane stripes, I feel like they have to be red. Let's do some bright red here. This is Fusion's Fort York Red. You could use any acrylic water-based paints to do this. And I'll use a brush that I've already got sort of red tinted tops on. So I've got a link for the brushes. The stencil brushes are handy as well. Now with this, I probably, because it's brown paper, I probably do not want to tape down the stencil, so we're just going to use my hands. Now with the candy stripe one, you've got to be really careful because these stripes may move back and forth this way. So we want to be different to all the other stenciling I do, which is usually a swirly method around like this. We're going to just work with the stencil crossways. So I've got my offloading cardboard, which I still want to use that, and I'm going to dip my brush in and see how we go just doing it this way. Now, if you wanted to, you could move this across either way, but I'm going to start up here in this corner. Can we all see that? And we're just going to do really quickly. See how I'm holding down with this hand, and I'm just moving along the stripes in a sort of a pouncy, brushy kind of motion. That's my technical term. Hi Joyce Ann, how are you? Oh, so 33 degrees now in Kentucky. Now, in Australia we use degrees Celsius, and you guys have obviously used Fahrenheit. So 33 degrees Celsius over here is literally a really hot summer day. It's like about 100 in Fahrenheit. So when I read that, I'm like, yeah, me too. Oh no, that's right. That's a cold day for you guys. That's funny. I have to always be translating in my head the dates, the times, the weather, even the measurements sometimes of our stencils. So this stencil set is 12 by 16, as with most of the large stencil sets with Essential Stencil. So we'll just do a little bit of craft wrapping paper today. Snow flurries, you guys. Oh, that's really nice. You're actually cooling me down. Now, you'll often hear me say, when you just want to just do a really rough stencil, if you just want the rustic look of a gift wrapping paper, I'm showing you that right now. So if you want really good proper coverage, you could probably do a few coats or just really concentrate on getting that fully covered. But let's see what it looks like with just a bit of a rough. Now I could go back this way also, but make sure you've got your hand on the stencil to kind of hold it down firmly. Wow, everyone's mentioning we're getting the weather reports from all over the US. I love it. There's just so much difference in the weather over there to what it is here right now. I've got the air conditioning on 23 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. It's just making it a decent temperature to survive here. Instead of our really hot day is, I think it's supposed to be 35 or 40 today. Okay, so just really careful with these candy stripes to go this way. And yes, there is a mini version of this. There's a bonus stencil in this pack that is a mini version of the candy stripe. And what we have to do when we're stenciling is offload our cardboard. Offload on the cardboard, sorry. So we're going to have some bits that are a lot more solid than others. And we're doing a little bit of wrapping paper, and you'll see in a minute, I have an idea for adding some stencils to, wrapping the present first and then adding the stencils after you've wrapped it. And then you don't have to do all the bits that are just going to be folded over and tucked under anyway, right? We might use one of the other wrapping paper ideas. So there you get the idea with the candy stripes. We're just holding it down, going nice and gently across, coming back this way if we want to. And I haven't gone right to the edges. You could, if you wanted to, make it go right off the edges. And again, like I said, you'll see how rough this is. You can probably see it. I'm looking at the video screen now. You can probably see how rough I'm doing this. And painting my nails at the same time. This is why I don't get my nails done. Very rarely, anyway. I could just paint my nails with the fusion paint. It would probably stick really well. A nice matte finish. Okay, so I'm just going to stop there, or else we'll be here for a while. But you can get the idea of the candy stripe one and how you can just move that across. And now, let's have a look at that. Ta-da! So see, even though I kind of did that fairly roughly, it still is quite effective as a wrapping paper. And I wasn't even sort of, trying really hard to fill in every solid line. And you can see, if I hold that up really close, you can see that it is patchy in sections. But doesn't that still look really nice and effective from a distance, or even just, up close? I think it's kind of cool and rustic. So there we go. There's half our candy stripe done. If you wanted to move it down to do the others, of the other stripes, you just have to make sure that it's exactly, here we are, exactly where it needs to be in relation to the other stripes. So all you're doing is moving it here and following those lines down. So I'll just do a little example of that. Make sure we can see that. So I've just moved it down, but following those solid lines and then following the smaller lines. Let's do a little bit of an example of that. Offloading the brush. And when you join, there's going to be a join line unless you kind of feather that. And I forgot to sort of feather that end. So often when I'm doing repeating patterns, I'll feather one of the ends to start with. So that's just giving you a bit of that corner down there. So you can see how that just sort of lines up. You can see, and once that's on a present, you're not going to be able to tell. And you can use this same idea as a background for signs, but also a background for a card, and then you might stencil a cute little Christmas saying on there. So there's the candy stripe. I'll just pop that brush into a plastic bag, and I'll pop that one down to be washed later on. Okay, let's move on to our present that is already wrapped. Okay, so here's Marty's present. I won't tell you what it is because he might be watching. We've got the buffalo check, and then we've got the, where did they go? The dove, gorgeous doves. Marty will probably like the buffalo check, so I'll save the doves for later, but we've got this one as well. All the links are in the description of the live. And for this, I might be able to use that mini. So we've got a larger stencil here that would fit over everything. Let me see what that mini would cover. So if I'm using one of the minis, maybe I'll do the doves like this and I'll use it on this little mini block. So I'll do that one in a minute, because this one we'd have to move it over, whereas if I get out the larger one, and it is a smaller version. So if you're wondering, is it the same size check or is it a smaller size? It is actually a smaller size. I'll show you the comparison here. So we've got the larger check there and the smaller check here. So same with the candy stripes, I believe, and the doves are actually a mini version of that version there. So this is, we are making wrapping paper, folks. So I kind of feel like I should do red again, because that would really stand out nicely. Or we could do black or white check as well, but I think red's great for Christmas. So let's just go and keep going with that red. Wrapping paper. Oops, I've just made a nice little blotch on my wrapping paper that I was going to do. Here's our brush. Again, dipping the paint brush in the paint, and then we're going to just hold this firmly across the top of the present. This is just my idea of, like, let's just go with wrapping the present first and then putting the stencil on. So let's see how this works. We've got this little check here, and I'm just doing that swirling method. When you get to those stripes, you can go back and forth like that. And I've just used all that I had on that brush just by doing this swirling method. It really does cover a lot more space. I'm just holding my hand really still, because with this one, you can't really let go. Well, you could. You just have to put it back in its right place. Okay. Adding those squares first, then I'm going to go with the little stripes. Make a gorgeous buffalo check pattern. And you could add that to all sides. You could even do different patterns on each side of your present if you wanted to be, if you wanted to just go crazy. Yes, it's just craft paper. Yes, someone was asking where'd you get it. It's just brown paper. You can get that anywhere. I'm pretty sure you could even get it at your grocery store in that stationery aisle. I don't know, but it's just brown craft paper. There's a couple of different types of brown craft paper I'm using. The thicker stuff probably is better. The one that I've got here is, on this particular present, is a bit thin. So I'm going to get my hands messy in a minute, because I'm going to have to hold on to the other side to keep this still. Doing things back to front here. Okay, now we've got this side. So again, I'm just stenciling on a present that's already wrapped in plain brown paper. Just adds a little something extra. The other thing we might want to do is hold that up a little taller so that it doesn't hang down and lift the stencil down here. So hopefully that makes sense. And again, I'm not making this perfect by any means. I'm not, you know, if you wanted to, you could just really concentrate on getting the coverage very, very even. But I'm literally just brushing really irregularly, and I'll show you that in a minute. There we go. Isn't that just the cutest? So to me, that, I mean, you could even just leave it like that and leave the sides blank if you wanted to. But if you did want to cover over the sides, just move it around the corner, and you can adjust the squares to where you think they might be. So I can see that on, let me do it this way. actually, so you can see that side. So you can see these striped ones are almost finished at the end, but not quite. So I just have to line up those stripes right there with the top of it. And so see how when you've already wrapped the present, I feel like, I don't know, it could be easier. It just saves you doing a whole entire piece of paper. But you might prefer to do it the other way and just, like we did the candy stripes, do your buffalo check first on the paper and then wrap your present in it. But like I said, you could just do one side and I think it'd look pretty cute also. But again, I'm giving you a great example of how you can just do this quite roughly. See how I'm just kind of slamming it down there. You can do it quite roughly and it'll still turn out effective. Nearly finished this one. I've got a snowman transfer to add to something in a minute. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to try. I've got so many ideas, fun ideas to try today, but let's see how many we get through. Okay, so then we could, if you wanted to, we could add some more to that around all of the different sides, or you could just leave it like that. So there we go, we've got those two sides done, and that would look cute just sitting under the tree like so. You could do the sides if you wanted to. I've used tape on the side, so it's obviously not going to adhere to the tape. Well, it may. Let's have a look at that, shall we? Because you'll just want to know, does it stick to the tape? It depends what paint you use, really. So you could add that, but just again, match up and make sure your stripes are going the same way if you really wanted to do the sides. I'll just leave that for now because I want to get on to some other fun ideas. So there we go, there's another wrapping paper idea. Add my brush to the wet cloth. Make sure I don't have red paint everywhere. So that is the buffalo check. There was only 2 of these left in that smaller pattern, but then there's the one with the deer head, which is a larger check. That's still available as well. Okay, let's do this. I've got this as just a wooden block that I found in my workshop, so I've just taped it up to be a nice square. Oh, look at that, I haven't used this one yet. How fun. So again, with these patterns I'm showing you today, this is it's called Dove and Nativity Star pattern. We've got a large version. For this block, I'm going to use the mini version, which is a bonus in this single stencil set. And we're going to add that to the top of here. Now, I just accidentally smudged this with a little bit of red paint. So if you're working with your paints, make sure you don't have that paint on your fingers when you're trying to add it to other things. Okay. Sonia's been decorating paper and cloth bags also. That is amazing. Diana, you are so welcome. It does. It makes your wrapping paper unique. So no one else is going to have wrapping paper like you've got. And also you can decorate little wooden tags like this and add them to your gift as well. I've done some things like that in the past, so I probably won't be doing that one today, but we're just now adding a bit of white paint. And this is Fusion Mineral Paint. It's actually a furniture paint, but if you do want the link for this, I've got a affiliate link for you from the USA. From Canada, it ships straight to the USA, so let me know if you want that. Now, again, we're going to be having to hold this quite steadily. I'm trying to go over that red blob there, but I'm not sure how well it will cover. Now, that didn't leave much paint on the paper, so I'll just add a little bit more. And we're doing a little bit of a swirly motion. We've got the stars in there. And again, just doing it quite roughly. Oh, now, big boo-boo. Hopefully I didn't smush it too much or smudge it too much. But again, this is my version of just already existing wrapped present rather than laying it out flat and just doing your wrapping paper. I feel like this is just really drying out, so I'm just going to dab it with a tiny bit of water. I do have my water mister bottle here, and that might help. My paint is getting down to the very bottom of the barrel, and so it's really, sometimes it causes the, and I don't recommend wetting your brush because it's not great, but I can tell after lots of experience with stenciling that this paint was really drying out on the brush super quickly. And it's probably because it's getting down to the bottom of the barrel. So there we go. So like I said before, this wrapping paper is fairly thin. It's not, it's just craft paper, as I mentioned earlier. These are just the cutest little doves and cutest little stars. Yes, I am letting go of my stencil every now and then. I'm just going to put my hands really gently down there again, and off we go. Stencil, stencil. And again, not really covering it too heavily, just making sure that those edges of each little stencil are covered really well. So here we go. And there we go. Isn't that gorgeous? Just makes it really pretty. And you could just leave that onto the top of your paper right there. I wanted to show you another idea because I am going to be using the, I've done the stripes, that one. I'm going to pop this aside now. And I am going to be using the Snowman Transfers. So let me have a look at that and I'll show you what I'm working on. And then we'll come back to using those Snowman Transfers on your wrapping paper. There's that for an idea. Don't forget to use my code IRestoreStuff to save 10% on anything in Essential Stencils shop. Now, I've got these ordinary tin cans. You may have seen this done before. And what I've done is I've removed, obviously the food is not in them anymore, cleaned it out really well, scrubbed it. Then I've removed the base as well, so you can see through it. You can fit your arm through it. And then what I did was I laid it down. You'll need a really hard surface. So this is just like a core flute here. Really hard surface. Squash it down with your hand. And then I used a hammer and dang, 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 dang. Banged it really hard until I got it squished down like this. Now I've painted the surface of this just with some white chalk paint so that I could get ahead on the project today and not be wasting your time watching paint dry. But that's how I made this. So then we have a cute little, and I've thought of two different ways, and I want to know what you would do here for this idea. So we've got the snowmen over here with the little snow globes. We could make this into a little posy bucket for flowers and put some string. You drill some holes or hot glue gun, string either side, and pop some mistletoe or some poinsettia, fake little sprigs in there, something like that. Or another fun idea I thought for a decoration is you drill a hole in the top here where the thin side is, okay, and it makes like a little bell. So you could put the snowman coming up this way and dangle some string under here. Here was my idea. So here's this. Dangle some string in there with a little dingly something. Now, I've got these just from Totally Dazzled. You can, I have a link for these if you'd like it. But this is just a tiny little snowflake bling. You could add that to the bottom of the string and have a little bell kind of decoration that you could pop on a tree. You could make a whole bunch of them. So I want to know from you guys, what would you do? Do you like the bell idea up this way, or do you like the posy vase, flowers, mistletoe, sprigs idea up this way? So what should we call that? Vase idea or bell idea? That's what I'd love to know in the comments. Let me know. Someone says the bell. Someone says the bell. Another one says the bell. Joyce Ann says, who's mad? Maybe someone accidentally hit the mad button by accident. I've done that before. Bells, bells, bells. And someone said up. I'm guessing that means up this way. Vase. Joyce Ann likes the vase idea. Bell, bell. I think I like both too. See, because I've got another one, I can do both, but probably not all on the one live. Let's go for the bell idea today. So what I would do is drill a hole through there. It is metal, so I'll have to just check what drill bits I have, but I'll do that another time. So I've got there's another gorgeous idea from Totally Dazzle. This is in their Christmas collection. So we've got the Christmas tree here, or there's a little stocking idea here, or the snowflake bling here. And they would make great little dangly, what do you call those little things? The chime part of the bell. So let's have a look, and then we can tie it with this string on the top and use that hot glue gun inside. So we've got our snowman, snow globe, snowflake transfers here. So let's grab our transfer tool. Bells have it, they do. We've got our stack of Christmas paper here that we're working on at the same time. And now these come in a couple of sheets of snowmen, snow globes and snowflakes. Now I love the way Essential Stencil just likes to maximise the space. I mean, if you're going to make some transfers, let's fill in all the spaces with little bits and pieces. And I just love all of these snowflakes. So I noticed that one of the sheets has more of the icy blue snowflakes. And you can see that I've cut some out. And then this other sheet has silvery, more of a silver kind of snowflakes. So you could use some of each. Now the next decision I have to make, which I haven't decided on yet, is whether to use a snow globe or a snowman. Now the only snow globe that kind of fits completely is this one. So I'll just cut that out and we'll have a look. Be a snow globe bell, so that one will fit just on the top there. Snow globe bell, or you'd have to have a little look-see and see which snowmen fit. The larger ones are not going to fit, so we'll have to be a smaller one, probably about this size. So we've got all those cute snowflakes, and the snowflakes are all individual little transfer pieces that you can cut out individually. So I'll just cut these ones off the snowman, although they would still look cute there. I might just leave them on there and we'll add them in if we're going to use it. So let's see. Let's have another vote. Snowman transfers are your favourite, Joyce-Ann? They are. They're so cute. Okay, should we do this? The snow globe or snowman? Snow globe or snowman? What are we thinking? This would look cute in a red bell or a silver bell. You could make silver bells. So we've got snow globe or snowman. What are we thinking? Snowman, snowman. The snowman. Let's do the snowman. I think they're winning out so far. So we'll do this. He's got a little black scarf on and black top hat. Very cute. And then we can add the snowflakes around him. There are probably some other transfers, Christmas transfers you might have from other times that will fit here as well. So we've got our tin can. Remember, it was this, and I pulled out both sides, hammered down the top, and we're making a little Christmas bell. So I've left these two snowflakes on here because I believe they will fit on here. Let me just turn this down a little bit more so we can be working sort of top down a bit more so you can see. Now with all these, we just remove the backing, which is the white piece of paper, and then we get the transfer to around about where you want it. It's got a nice see-through background, so I'm just going to line that up here. Whoop, and press it. Oh, just. Okay, so here I am. Here we are. We've got the snow globe over here. Now I want to rub as best I can. And now this is I don't know if your tin cans are the same as ours over there. I know I'm in Australia, so some things are a little different. We're just rubbing this with the tool. Now it has these little ridges, and I've just painted this with a chalk paint. You can use a mineral paint as well. Also, anything will probably work. Oh, it's actually staying quite nicely on there, so that's great. If that doesn't work, see, this will go along the ridges, but it Could be a little rustic snowman if it doesn't stick into those little ridge bits. Are you seeing what I'm doing there? So we're just rubbing the transfer on and then removing the backing. So anytime you order the transfer sets, let me just show you. Oh, here it is. This is the back of my transfer set. This is what it comes with, the 2 sheets with the snowman on it. And I don't even think I put the link there. So if Essential Stencil is here and listening, you can pop the link in, and my code, don't forget to use my code, or I restore stuff. But see this QR code down the bottom? You check the back of your stencil sets as well, because they've all got one. This QR code will take you to a video tutorial on how exactly to do them, and so you'll see some nice close-ups on there of how to get this done. So we are working on this really well, and I think this top bit was being a bit stubborn, but I think we've got it. There we go. So it's slowly coming back, and if there's anywhere that you see that it's not coming off, just lay it back down again. And I'm sort of going along the ridges, over a ridge, along the ridge. So on the high points I rub it, and on the low points I go across sideways like this so I can make sure it gets in there. I sometimes will actually use my thumbnail. I've been blessed with very hardy thumbnails. Strong. Okay. Making bells out of tin cans is a great idea for decorating. Now you could use this idea for any of the other holiday seasons too. You can have some, you can add them to your wreaths, you know, hang it from the wreath. Might be an idea that you could do. But I'm thinking, you know, Valentine's bells. Could do this idea for any of the transfers that we have. Just, you know, seasons, winter bells with some of the winter floral arrangements you can see there. You can sort of see the, as the image is coming off, you can sort of tell on the back of. This has just taken a little longer only because I've got, it's not a flat surface, so we're working with a rigid, a wrinkly surface. Get the corners right in there, that's better. Yeah, you got to keep his head on. Oh, yes. I do remember Melissa had a little trouble with something. Was it a snowman, was it? Okay. Got to keep his hat on. I can see those. It's starting to look like it. Yep, it's coming off. Yes, it worked. So then I just run my fingers over the surface, make sure all of that is stuck down, and also especially in those ridges. So let me just bring that up really close, and look how gorgeous he looks. We've got a couple of snowflakes on there. So let's just add a few more snowflakes. There's one right here. Yes, makes me think I'll have to make a few more snowman bells, won't I? So let's add another snowflake to over here. And I'm literally just going to use my thumbnail to do this. I feel like I've got a little bit more control. But definitely use the tool if you don't have strong thumbnails. Don't want to wreck your nails. Oh, that was very quick. That just went on magically. I think we need another couple of snowflakes. I do love the snow globes though. What snowflakes have we got there? So maybe another here, another there. This one looks easy to get to. One here, and a little one. Oh, I'm losing them. Where did it go? Oh, there we go. So a little guy here, little one here. Remove the backing, add your snowflake anywhere there. And again, I'm just using my thumbnail. and rubbing it along. This tin can has ridges. I think most tin cans do, don't they? Oh, someone just said, who was that? Vic, do the other side and make it two-sided. We could do that. Let me see if this is, I think it's sticking. There we go, all done. And this one, a little one. Oops, I just accidentally lifted it up and the backing came off. This is a very tiny one. We could use the back. So the tin cans do have, well, I found anyway, they do have a front side and a back side, but you could still cover it up with the, I'll show you what I mean. So we always have a seam in the tin cans. Well, I know we do, so assuming they all do. It's not that bad, but this one had a little bit of paper still stuck to that seam, and so it looks a little rough, but you can't really tell, I think, from a distance. You probably can't even tell on the video unless I turn it, the light is kind of covering it up. But it's, you can see a little bit of a seam there, but yes, you could definitely do two sides to that and that would look really cute. So imagine I've got something, a little drill hole there, or you could just add a loop here and hot glue gun that to the back. But if you were going to make it two-sided, a hole would be great right there. So just imagine that. Let's just cut this and pretend, because I didn't bring my hot glue gun with me. We could even tape it if my tape worked. So just so you can get the idea. Temporary little bell loop like this. And then inside here we would create a string long enough to kind of, you're going to hot glue gun that right inside, and then we want to leave this part to come out quite a bit. Or we can always cut it shorter, can't we? This is just a jute twine, because I like that jute twine, but you can use any kind of ribbon or anything like that. Now I'm just using, I've got a couple of totally dazzled fun things here. I like this little snowflake bling. It actually does have a tiny hole in the top, which I don't believe is going to fit my string through it, although we could try. If you could get it through there, or you could just try a thinner string. Otherwise, again, you could just hot glue gun that to the back of the bling, the dazzle. We'll just have to imagine, friends, again, using my tape for a temporary measure, to just tape this to the back here. So don't do this at home, folks. You want to do it nice and properly. I'll do it properly after I love. Is the metal hot glued? Yes, you can hot glue these, but I don't have my hot glue gun right now. So I'm going to show you, let's see if we can find a position for that around about, I want it sort of just partially hanging out. Again, I'm just going to use tape, but please use your hot glue gun, or actually just drill a hole in it. I'm going to see if I can get right in there and around about there. See if I can make it work, folks. I'm going to have to snip a bit off. I'm taping it up, but you will use the hot glue gun, as I will do after my live is finished. So I didn't get one ready to start with. Okay, so here is our bell idea. So we've got our loop on there, and we've got the little dazzle bling hanging from underneath. And it's too low to ding on the tin. I don't know that it would make there we go. It's not going to make a pretty bell sound, you guys, okay? But that's my idea there. Do you like that? So what would you put on the back? I think that we could add this other snow globe then, couldn't we? Let's just do that. And I'll have to remove my temporary tape, and we'll see if we can just do that again. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to show you. Let me do this before. All right, so the other thing I was going to say, so if you checked in earlier, We've done some wrapping paper ideas. We've done the candy stripes. Now all of these stencils I've got in the description link, but I wanted to add here, let's just say we've done the whole thing with the doves, but let's say this is a completely different present. Here's one I prepared earlier, and I wanted to add some of these snowflakes from the transfer to the brown paper to see how that turns out. Again, just using my nail, but you could use look how easy and quick that is. Wow, you could use the snowmen on your wrapping paper. Let me use the bluer. I was saying before, some of these are more blue on one sheet and the other ones are more silver, icicles or snowflakes. They're not icicles, they're snowflakes. So I'm using a little bit more of a bluer version of the snowflake. So you could even add a snow globe to some wrapping paper. So many cute ideas with this. You might even like this idea to be a quicker version than the stenciling. If you wanted to use your tool, just a quick rub over and look how fast that turns out. And I love the way it just looks completely sheer, like you cannot see any edges on that. It's just really, really smooth, lovely finish. So just adding some snowflakes to the wrapping paper. It really does adhere very well to brown paper. I'm just going to say that right now. I need some more. Give me some more snowflakes. Yes, Melanie, you're using the brown paper for stenciling too. And yes, the rub-ons work great. So imagine you could even do this to, you know, add a snow globe guy, this guy, to this. That looks cute. Let's try that. I want to try that with the red background. You know, that's what I've got you guys here for. My inspiration comes while I'm live. So we've got another snowflake on here. It's just too quick to just use my nails rather than pick up the tool. You can add some more snowflakes, as many as you like. Look how fast that is. So see, we've got the snowflake idea, silver snowflakes. We've got the bell idea here, again using that. And now I'm going to add our bell. I'm going to add the snow globe to this buffalo check wrapping paper because it fits and I think it will look cute. Oh, I'm glad. Thank you so much for your comments, guys. Yes, Christy, I know, I'm liking this idea on the buffalo check. Look at that. Now this isn't a wood block underneath, it's a cardboard box. It's my husband's Christmas present, so he's going to get this wrapping paper under the Christmas tree. Hopefully he'll be surprised. So we did this buffalo check earlier and if you just look up Essential Stencil buffalo check, you'll see there's a couple of different ones there. There's the one with the deer head, and then there's this one with a small mini version as well. But there was only 2 left on the site, so if you haven't got buffalo check yet, now's your chance. Grab it. And any of the snow stencils. I mean transfers. Snow globe transfers. This one's just taking a little more effort, and I think it's probably because I've got a soft surface underneath. This is hard wood, so when I did the snowflakes, it's kind of a really hard wood surface. Same with the metal tin, it's a hardwood surface, but this I'm working on a cardboard box. There we go, that's better. It's working. Oh, nice. I love that you can still see some of that buffalo check underneath. You can almost see it through the snowman. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. So then you could tie that up with a, where's my string gone? Here it is. You could tie this up with a jute string around, you know, around as a gift idea. You could just do it on one side like so. You could wrap it around a few times. Let's have a look at that. How are you liking these ideas today? Let's see. There we go. That many times looks great. Oops, my wrapping paper roll that I did a candy stripes earlier. So if you missed the earlier part of our live, I also mentioned that tomorrow Essential Stencil goes live with their 2024 holiday bundle. So that includes the holidays at the beginning of the year, like New Year's, Valentine's, and what have we got in March? St. Patrick's Day, and then Mardi Gras. So there you go, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So we've got a gorgeous little snow globe on the front of the buffalo check. We've done the doves wrapping paper. So this is just, I've already wrapped the present and just thought, let's just whack a stencil on top. Then we've done transfers, so you can do that idea. We've done some candy stripe wrapping paper. Well, I did part of the paper just so you could get the idea of just doing that nice and roughly, and it's going to be great. And then we did this little bell with a little bit of bling dangling under the bell, and you can hang that from a tree. Maybe you could make a wind chime, but I would put the dangling part up a bit higher, and then it will actually ding like a bell. Okay, so there we go. I just want to pop you up here. Let me see if that's still on the screen. It is on the screen behind me. I just wanted to show you this really quickly before we pick our winners today. Is the Happy New Year bundle, new 2024 holiday bundle. Let me see if I can click on this to show you what's in the bundle. And it drops tomorrow. So we've got We Belong Together, a cute bee one with Valentine's theme. The link, I put that link in the description of the live, so you can check these all out there. But if you get the bundle, you're literally saving 20% of the whole bundle. We've got Mardi Gras theme. We've got a great, this doesn't have to be just for New Year's. This disco ball could be any kind of party theme kind of thing. Gorgeous rose patterns. So again, we've got beautiful rose patterns coming tomorrow. The Irish coffee served here, lucky a latte, top of the morning to ya. Some beautiful Irish sayings of Irish blessing, which is really cute. And we've got Irish buffalo check. So here's another buffalo check idea. And then some more Valentine's, baked goods, baking goods. I love moo, so some cow print ones with the Valentine theme. Loved John 3:16. And Shenanigans Welcome, another Irish. So there's a bunch. There's 11 different stencil sets altogether. And the first 200 people to use, to purchase more than $75 worth. So if you get the bundle, you'll definitely get a free gift. And if you order single sets, but you get up to $75 worth, you will receive a bonus free gift. And that all about that is on the Essential Stencil website. So we're ready to pick winners today, and the winners have just been announced. We've got Kay, Melanie, and Joyce. So Kay, Melanie, and Joyce, congratulations, you're a winner on Essential Stencil today. You can email them and let them know where to send your prize. Let them know you were a winner on Sharon's Live today. So you can find me at I Restore Stuff on every social media platform. I'm on most of them, most of the ones that you're probably hanging out on. So we've done some cute wrapping paper ideas today. Don't forget to use my code I Restore Stuff and get 10% off. That even includes tomorrow when these brand new stencils go live. Here's some more wrapping paper ideas using the transfer snowflakes. You can add all sorts of stuff there, and a cute little bell idea. So we could add a ribbon there, add a little bit of bling and your snowman, and if you got yourself a fun little bell idea, make a bunch of them. I'd love to see your work. So don't forget to tag me at I Restore Stuff. If you've done a project that I've done here and you've been inspired by that and made your own ideas, I'd love to see yours. So tag at I Restore Stuff in your post. If you're posting about it on Facebook, I'd love to see that. Also, if you're in the Stencil of the Month Club, you can post your pictures in there. We'd love to see what you're working on. Thank you guys so much for watching. I think I'm seeing you next week too. It's getting so close to Christmas. Thanks for watching. Bye.